What up, YouTube? So we have our mead that I've been making. This is a strawberry peach lemonade mead. And check this out. Here's what it's been looking like. Trying to get that candy to dissolve in there, but it's taking forever to dissolve. So we're going to transfer all that liquid into a clean jar here with our filter. Get our painter's tape off. If your lid doesn't have a crack in it, you don't need to put painter's tape on the outside of it, but I digress. Let's take a look at our wine here. That definitely smells like some alcoholic goodness. We'll turn on the faucet so we can filter it out when it gets too clogged up. Let's just leave all that dissolved candy in there, which we don't need. That's a good looking jar of homemade alcohol. I want to take the water, I want to turn it on to piping hot. Before we throw our winemaking jar into the dishwasher, we're going to let it soak for a bit. Add some of our dish soap to our empty jar to let it soak in the sink before we wash it in the dishwasher. Oh, got me a damn towel, dude. Make my mess go away. Let that soak. We didn't make too much of a mess on the counter, so we're good. Easy to clean up. I'm going to take a bottle of filtered water and we're going to top it off because that's not quite full. Let's try a cup of it and see how it's tasting, YouTube. I like making my own homemade mead, and the fans like watch me make it. So we got a strawberry peach lemonade mead where I used 2 different kinds of sour strawberry candies, Sour Patch strawberry, and some sour straws. They're strawberry flavored, and of course our peach rings. Then we used Simply Made strawberry peach lemonade and Monster Cosmic Peach Nitro energy drink. That smells really good, I ain't gonna lie. So let's carefully pour ourselves a glass. And top it off with some fresh water one more time. And we'll stick the lid on that, put that back in our fermenting closet. That is a good looking jar of homemade wine, YouTube. Look at that. I used 1118 yeast for it, so it should be a hearty 18%. I got me another damn towel again to wipe off our mess. I've done strawberry meads before. The last strawberry mead I did was a strawberry banana mead. That turned out pretty tasty. Which will get better results with YouTube with juices. So that strawberry peach lemonade mead with the Monster that you saw me mixing up, well, we're going to have to try ourselves a sip of that. I like making my own homemade alcohol, my own homemade mead. And I used about 2 cups of sugar in here, plus like a little thing of honey. So if you watch my mead videos, you know what's up. Giving you Cool Cobras a mead update, because we haven't done that in a while. I've been feeling kind of down and depressed about the holidays and everything, so kind of distract my mind from it. Let's try a sip of it. Hello. That's definitely turn it into alcohol. I got a burn in the back of my throat and a little bit of burn in my stomach. And that wine feel you get when you drink it in your mouth. Ooh. I'm going to be saving that wine for a hot minute. I might not touch it till the end of the month, to be honest with you. Let it ageify. But I did want to sample the labors of my fruit, if you know what I'm saying, you two. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And I love, love, love making my own homemade alcohol. It is simply fun. And this is like seriously fucking tasty. I ain't gonna stunt. I took like 2 sips of it. I'm like, yes. Can you taste the peach and the strawberry? Well, it's got the mouthfeel. It's got the burn in the stomach. So that's how I know it's kicking like it should be kicking. Every time I've made my own homemade hooch YouTube, I get the same results. As far as I know, it's converted into alcohol if it burns like a wine, you know what I'm saying? There should be about 18% alcohol by volume if conditions are correct. Oh. Yes, I can taste it. It tastes like the strawberry taste and the peach kind of battle it out. You know, back and forth. But then on the aftertaste, you get this amazing sweet strawberry taste, followed by a nice burn that hits the back of your throat and it kind of tingles a little bit, and then it hits your stomach and it's like, whoo. And then when it hits your stomach and goes, whoo, it creeps back into your mouth and gives you a nice wine feel. So yes, I would say this wine is definitely done. However, I'm gonna save it because, and this is one of the things, YouTube, that has honestly helped me cut down on my drinking a little bit, is making my own homemade hooch, because it takes so freaking long to make. And like I said on my making some personal choices video, YouTube, I'm not going to be getting blackout drunk on YouTube anymore. It's not a good look. I went from singing Ozzy Osbourne to stumbling around to falling on the fucking ground and falling asleep to waking up to talking to the cops again. And then I'm like, it is what it is. I'm just sick and tired of being harassed by my fucking YouTube trolls. I don't go out of my way to harass them back. I've got more important things to do with my life, like making my own homemade wine. But this is a mead, which is a type of wine. The only difference is mead has honey in it. And mead is also the drink of the Vikings. As I am 30% Scottish, Norwegian Viking. Yes. That's not too shabby, YouTube. I tell you what, that's some good it smells good too. Got a little bit of a, it's got a little bit of a smell to it. You smell like all the sweet stuff you put into it, you know. People are like, I want an update on the mead. How's the strawberry peach lemonade monster mead that you made with the candies? And I'm like, well, we're trying it right now, folks. We filtered it, we strained it, and we put it back in the fermentation to do its thing. I like to have a cup of it when it's at this stage, just to see how it's kicking, how it's doing, you know. And I'm here for it. This is delicious. But does it taste like mead? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Whenever if you've had like Crazy Woman or Crazy Man Viking mead, which is something you can get locally, It's definitely got that mouthfeel, you know, when you drink a good wine, and it's sweet. Now, I've been watching a lot of YouTubers make their own homemade hooch, so I've done my research. I'm subscribed to several channels that show you how to make homemade alcohol. So I'm not just going into this blindsided like an autistic retard, you know what I'm saying, YouTube? And if this is fermented to like 18% alcohol by volume, that's a pretty fucking tasty 18%. I added like one packet of 1118 yeast and then a little cap full of yeast nutrients to give it a little bit of extra to ferment and do its thing. And yeah, this turned out really good, YouTube. Will this actually get me drunk? Hard to say, man. And I'm going to let it age and ferment and do its thing. And yeah. The strawberry peach wine is delicious. I even added, like I said, a, what was it? Monster Nitro Cosmic Peach. So like the whole flavor profile of this is just straight strawberries and peach. And let's see, let's have another sip. There's a little bit of sourness with it because I did add the strawberry sour straw candy and these Sour Patch strawberry bites. And there's like a hint of sourness to the wine, but it's not like overpowering. It's mostly just sweet. I would serve this at a fucking party, dude. If you got people who love strawberries, who love peaches, you know, and you want something, it's a conversation starter. It's like, oh, I do say, where did you get this wine? The strawberry peach wine you have in your possession is simply effervescent and luscious and delicious. And when you tell them, oh, I made it myself, they're like, oh, do tell. Bet you wish you had one of these. Man, I've been watching the hell out of blue collar comedy last couple of days, YouTube, because I just think that Jeff Foxworthy, Bill Engvall, Larry the Cable Guy, and Ron White are funnier than shit. You know? And if I had a favorite out of all four, it'd have to be Ron White, dude. That motherfucker makes me laugh. They call me Tater Salad. Jeff Foxworthy's You Might Be a Redneck. Yeah, well, I did a little twist on that, and it's You Might Be from Wyoming, and I've been sharing it around town with people, you know, just to see how it gets, if it gets a laugh, and people chuckle at it like, yeah, that's funny, that's funny. The similarities, though, are pretty uncanny if you consider the fact that Wyoming is a cowboy/redneck state, so it just fits. And on top of that, YouTube, we have some dangerous creatures in Wyoming. We have bears, coyotes, rattlesnakes, mountain lions, oh my. So, you might be from Wyoming if you've ever pissed on a rattlesnake while camping. The thing you gotta know about my home state of Wyoming is that we love beer, we love trucks, we love our guns, and we love our cowgirls. And it's like, if you spill your beer in Wyoming, we will hang you next to your fucking horse. I'm like, man, I gotta filter out this goddamn wine. So I gave it a couple extra days. If I had like raw fruit in it, I would have done it at the 10-day mark, like I normally do. But because the candy that I put in there is not exactly, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna hurt nothing to keep it in there a couple extra days. But it wasn't dissolving as quickly as I wanted it to. I'm sure you could have gotten the maximum amount of flavor by letting the candy in there dissolve completely, but I was like, man, we gotta filter this wine anyways, and we don't want it to go bad, so I filtered it. Fuck YouTube. I'm almost done with this glass of wine, and it's so fucking good, I want another one. I'm like, damn, son. I'd bottle this shit up and put it in a fucking fridge, and then serve it at a party. And I want to say big shout out to Inner City Brews. A lot of my YouTube trolls were messaging them going, you gotta check out Cobra's winemaking videos and give us your 2 cents. And they were very mature about it. They're like, hey, you know what? We're not here to tell anyone how to make their own homemade wine. If it gets Cobra the results, then it gets Cobra the results. YouTube's a big enough platform. There's plenty of room for all kinds of winemakers, you know. And it's this couple that makes their own homemade wine, and they're super particular about it, you know. They have all the sanitizers, and they do it on a professional level. Whereas I kind of make my wine on a, okay, I'm on a budget. I can't afford to have all the extra stuff, so I just stick to the bare basics. Every time I get done making and transferring the wine, like you saw, I put a little bit of that Dawn dish soap in my empty jar and fill it up with hot water and let it soak to kill all the bacteria. And then I wash my my lid and my jars in the dishwasher after the jar is empty. I'm not sure how many things, like the airlock that's on there right now has officially been used twice. So I don't know for sure how many more usages I can get out of these airlocks. But once you've reached your max on that, you want to, you know, yes sir. And using an airlock is so much easier than using a goddamn balloon. Because I've had the balloons pop on me due to inflation from the carbonation kind of thing. So if you can't access airlocks, because when I first started making wine on YouTube, you saw how that worked. I'd drill a hole in the goddamn cap of the lid and attach a balloon to the lid and then wrap it with a ponytail holder, and Bob's your uncle. It'll get you by in a pinch, but from my experiences as a brand new to the scene, brand new to the hobby of wine/mead making, you want to get a wine jar and an airlock. It just makes it so much easier to make. You don't got to worry about the fucking balloon popping on you. Especially if you use that turbo yeast. You know, I've had fans, they send me some turbo yeast that like ferments the alcohol in 24 hours, and then you give it a week, and under the right conditions, you get the right turbo yeast and the right conditions, man, you could have 20% alcohol by volume. You know, it's not exactly moonshine status, but it ain't nothing to sneeze at. It's like a lot stronger than any fucking Four Local you'll get, so you know it'll knock you on your ass a little bit, but fuck, that just smells amazing. Like it, you can smell the candy in there. You can smell the strawberry and the peach. You can smell the honey. Like if you've ever smelt wine before, like a good mead, that's what this smells like. And like after, I'm just gonna have one glass for the filtration vidia, and then I'm gonna save that wine for a rainy day. You know, maybe You know, maybe I might bottle it up in a clean plastic bottle and take it with me to Christmas dinner, you know. Be like, hey, Josh brought wine. Did he now? I'm like, yes, sir. It's strawberry peach wine. Oh, my. I want to try a glass. Oh, this is really good. I'm like, yes, sir. Although I might just save it for myself because I reckon nobody will want to drink it. They might try a little sip just to be polite because, you know, it's Josh. Like, I don't want to hurt his feelings. I guess I'll try a little bit. Now, you can get sick from drinking your own homemade wine. You can get botulism and shit like that. So you want to be super careful when doing this. But in my experience with what I've been doing with my homemade wine, YouTube, I've never gotten sick off of it. I can't say I've ever had a bad batch of mead and I've never gotten sick off of it. So I guess I was just lucky like that. There's a warm, sort of relaxing, giggly sensation in my tummy right now. After slamming this, I'm not really slamming this glass, I'm kind of just sipping on it, dude. And savoring it for the camera here. And right now there's this warm, sort of giggly, comfortable, happy, relaxed feeling in my stomach. And it's hitting the back of my throat a little bit and kind of coating my mouth with this amazing flavor. Honestly, I think I found a new hobby I can get into. Like, I love making my own homemade wine, my own homemade mead. My favorite to make is the mead, because you add the honey to it, and it's just a way to pay honor to my Viking ancestors. But yeah, YouTube, I would, you know, give this about another week, and I'd probably serve it at a fucking party, dude. I ain't gonna stunt. I ain't gonna stunt. Now, yeah, making your own homemade wine takes a hot minute, and the longer you let it age, the better it's going to come out. Because wine does get better with age, as they say, but I'll just upload this damn video to my YouTube channel. What's the current date of recording this here video? Let's take a gander at this real quick. I'm gonna log back into my computer here. Okay, so it is the 13th of December. And the time is currently 12:03 in the afternoon. That's the only reason why I'm not going super ham on this wine is because it's not 5 o'clock yet, and I want to make this jar of strawberry peach goodness last as long as humanly possible. No, but if I bring alcohol to Christmas dinner, I don't, you know, I usually bring something that's already been made professionally, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to take the chances of anyone I care about getting sick, and that's the only reason, you know. I got an iron stomach, to say the least, but now my dad has said on several occasions that he's worried about me doing my own homemade wines and that you can get really sick from doing it. And I'm like, and I appreciate that my dad cares. That's why I'm being sure to be extra careful, you know. But I'm telling you, I gotta crack open the window. Hold up a second. We've had some gorgeous weather this December, and let's keep that going. I'm not complaining. I'm still looking for Puff, and I haven't fucking found him. He's burrowed somewhere, and, you know. I don't want to think about how depressing the outcome of that situation could be, so I just keep my hopes up. But YouTube, let me try another sip of this real quick. This is getting the Cobra seal of approval, man. This wine is delicious. Because right now I got a little burn in my tummy. Because when you drink alcohol, sometimes you get like a little burning sensation in your tummy. I'm definitely getting that. I don't have one of those alcohol thermometers that measures how much alcohol is in it. I've been kind of going off of smell and like taste. Which when you're a high functioning alcoholic and you know what it does and what it's supposed to do, you know. Although I will say this, one of my YouTube fans sent me a wooden spoon for making my wine stirring much, much, much easier. And I really appreciate that, folks. You have no idea. But if you like the Mead/wine updates, hit the like, ring the notification bell, and subscribe for more. I'm happy with the way this tastes, the way it's making me feel just off of one glass. One glass to see how it treats our ass. That should be a thing, right? Yeah, well, I'm going to make it a thing if it ain't. And man, like liquor store prices are getting expensive, dude. And the thing about sometimes when you get like super cheap alcohol at the liquor store, you know, you gotta mix it with something to make it taste palatable, you know. Unless of course you're getting something like in the tall can variety, but making your homemade wines and your homemade meads, YouTube, in my opinion, it's a great way to find a new hobby for 21 and up. And it's a great way to, you know, come up with your own wine recipes. And like I said, it makes for a great conversation starter when it's like people are trying your wine, going, "You brought this wine and it's fucking delicious. Where'd you get this?" And it's like, "Wouldn't you like to know?" Just kidding, I made it. Oh, that is some tasty, tasty, tasty brew. Can you add candy to your mead to give it that flavor and to give it more sugar to ferment? The answer is yes. Yes, yes, you can, yes. The first time I added candy to my homemade brews was the apple cinnamon mead that I made with the turbo yeast a couple weeks before Halloween. That turned out really good. But winemaking is a fun little hobby, and I would recommend it. You know, if you got time on your hands. Of course, a lot of people don't have time to just sit there and watch it like a hawk, and, you know. But you saw how long it took me to, like, filter it into the strainer and everything. It didn't take that long. It did not take that long at all. And I gotta say, it, yeah, I like this. I like this, YouTube. This is, making my own homemade wines makes me happy. It's a fun hobby. You know, it's something I can do that allows me to take a break from all the bullshit in our society and just focus on this one fucking thing. Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? And can you make a homemade mead out of anything? Unfortunately, no. There are some limitations to what you can use to make mead. Anything that requires refrigeration will not make a mead. So if you could stick your jar of homemade wine in a dark and cold closet, it's not like refrigerator cold, YouTube, but it's cold enough. Anything that requires refrigeration will not make, you know what I'm saying? And this is like the second time I've made homemade hooch using a little bit of Monster energy drink. And I'm here for it, dude. I took some Simply Strawberry Peach Lemonade and some Cosmic Nitro Peach from Monster Energy Drink. 2 cups of sugar, an entire packet of Strawberry Sour Patch Bites, some sour straws, the gummy candies, and of course, some peach rings. Of course, if you want to see how I made this strawberry peach deliciousness, you have to go through my videos and find my latest mead video, my latest mead recipe. And like the foam on that mead was ridiculous, dude. So I'm gonna let that wine stankify for however long I feel like letting it stankify for. Based off of what I'm drinking right now, it's ready. You could drink it. I'm not sure how potent it is, but it definitely kicking and tasting like it should be doing, so I'm happy with that. That's delightful, YouTube. Anyways, if you like the wine making videos, stay tuned for more.